Today's the day, man. I'm giving you guys a complete breakdown of my offense, the ace-off set. I know we're doing it pretty late this year, but hey, man, it's just how it is sometimes. The playbook you're going to want to run this out of on offense is the spread playbook. It's an alternate playbook. There is no other playbook you can run. It has to be this one. The personnel you're going to need for this offense is somewhat decent running back, 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, and that's pretty much it. You're not going to need a third receiver for this offense. It's a 2 tight end package. You're going to be able to run the ball. You're going to be able to pass the ball. Pretty much do everything. It's a very balanced offense. Offense will work in mud and it will work in regs. It'll probably be, I was going to say a little bit better in regs, but it's really good on both. It just comes down to you executing. It's a great offense. I've been running it since Madden 21. But enough of me just yapping right now. Let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's go to the practice field. Let's break this thing down. So we're going to go over pretty much every single formation I run, every play I run, and mostly all the adjustments that I make out of all these plays. So it's going to be a pretty long video. So if you guys do enjoy this, man, please drop a like. Let's pretty much get right into this thing, man. Now, you don't need a quarterback with high route master to run this offense. If you do, though, there will be some extra route combos I will show you because I'm going to be showing you routes with high route master and without it. I'll show you guys how to set up the run, etc., the whole thing. First off, I'm going to go over all the formations we're going to be looking at. Like I said, it's only the formations with the 2 tight ends. I know it's a very big playbook, so, you can get lost in it. Now, thankfully, all the stuff we're running is pretty much right next to it. So, out of the gun, you got the ace offset, a slot offset, wing slot offset, wing slot weak side, and wing flex weak side. And last thing is actually at a pistol. It's pistol you off. It's kind of like an ace offset, just at a pistol. So those are pretty much all the formations we're going to be running. Now I'm going to go over, the audibles. We're gonna go over everything. We're going to go step by step each formation, so we can, walk through this. First formation we're going to go over is ace offset. This is the bread and butter. This is literally what I call my offense, ace offset, because this is what it is. This is where everything is ran out of. If you watch my gameplays, you see I audible a lot. This is what I come at in every single play, and it's what I run a lot at the time too. The ace offset. If you're going to want to take full potential of this offense, you got to do everything. What I mean by that is you got to set up the audibles. I set up audibles for every single one of these formations, and as soon as I get to the line, I look at the defense, already know what they've kind of adjustments they made and know what I want to audible to based off their alignment or what they're doing and stuff. So to take advantage of this offense, you got to set your audibles up and you got to be able to audible around and stuff. Now, at first, it might seem like a lot, but once you run this for a while, it's not that hard. So we're gonna start off with the audible first. So the plays we're gonna use, I'm actually gonna move my face cam real quick because so you can see all these. There is a total of 5 plays that I run out of ace offset. The first one is being the play on the left, jet touch pass. You probably see me run that plenty of times. Really good play. It's actually all these plays you see on screen right here. The read option, now this isn't something we're going to put in the audibles. This is something we're going to come out and you'll see what I'm talking about. And that play all the way to the right there, PA read. Another play is going to be, where is it at? Right there, all the way to the right, buck sweep. That's another play we're going to put in the audibles. And the last play is going to be Z spot, which I don't got to say nothing about Z spot. If you know me, you know about the Z spot. Plays that you're going to put in your audibles are, it's going to be Z spot, PA read, jet touch pass, and buck sweep. These 4 plays need to be in your audibles for ace offset. Now, we didn't put the read option play in there because you're always going to want to come out in that play. Not always, but knowing when you're going to, possibly run the ball or something like that, you're going to want to come out in that read option play because it's an extra play for you to pretty much have at the line of scrimmage. So now that you have all that, we're going to go to the field this. Now, like I said, we're going to break down each one of these formations. We're going to go step by step. So pick your read option and let's go and mess around this ace offset. I have the defense in a 3-4 defense, and so we could save time here, I'm not going to sit here and have it change what the defense is in. And what I mean by that is like putting, let me go get 6-1 because I picked the Ravens and the Ravens have the Ravens playbook and there's no 6-1. They have dollar, I think so. But when I come out 3-4, just, think of this as 6-1 because a lot of the stuff I'm going to explain, I'm going to say, okay, this is really good against 6-1. So just imagine this 3-4 as 6-1, and then I'll also talk about dollar because every single game, you're going to see either 2 things, 6-1 or dollar. For the most part, you're probably going to see dollar. So, like, certain adjustments are really good against certain formations. Like, I'll go over route combos for base coverages like man, Tampa 2, cover 3, cover 4. And then I'll go over other route combos that do really good attacking the A-gap at a dollar, or if people running 6-1 and stuff like that. So, if I lost you, I lost you. If you're still with me, then let's go. We're going to go over everything, like I said, the run plays, the pass plays, all that stuff. So, we're going to start off with this read option. So, the read option is good against probably almost any formation in the game. It's just, and I would definitely recommend having somewhat of a mobile quarterback running this offense because you want to be able to keep the defense, keep them on their toes when it comes to your quarterback. Because if you have a mobile quarterback, it's going to help your run game a lot. Because now this DN has to account for the quarterback. Whereas if I was to have like just think of some slow quarterback that's not athletic. Imagine we had him at quarterback. This DN could just bite down and go play the running back, and that's another body that the running back has to worry about in the run game. And so now we have having a mobile quarterback that takes that D end out the play. And if he does bite down, the quarterback could take it. And let's say he does his job and plays the quarterback on the option. Now this opens up more running lanes for the running back. As you can see, I can cut this thing back. That wasn't really the best toy there, but it opens up more holes for the running back. It's gonna, a lot of times you're gonna have a cutback where you can it'll open up a hole where that D end's trying to contain the quarterback, and it actually adds an additional hole. So if let's say we're running this to the left, if there's nothing open to the left, well, hey, at least I can cut this thing back to the right, and there might be a little something there. So having a mobile quarterback for this offense will help your run game a lot, because I think I have 3 or 4 total plays where the quarterback can actually keep the ball in this offense. Really, the only thing I have to say about this read option play is, always, watch the cutback. There's always opportunity for you to cut this thing back with the running back. Besides that, though, if they got inside stuff, double team him, and that's pretty much that. There are situations where you might need to shift the line to the left or shift the line to the right, but that just comes down to how the defense is aligned and stuff like that. For this run, it's not really that big of a deal, but for some of the other runs we're going to talk about, we are going to talk about, like, you should shift the line to the left here or shift the line to the right there. For this one, not so much, but you'll see down the line when we talk about some of these other runs. It's pretty much that for the read option, though. We're going to talk about the next play, the other run play in this formation, buck sweep. If you guys remember this play in Madden 23, this used to be 1 play touchdown central. This year, not as much, but still a very good play. So with this play, really the only thing you have to do is whatever side you are running it to, if it's the left or if I'm running it to this right side, you have to shift your line to the right. If I'm running it to the left, you have to shift your line to the left. If you do not, for some reason, the guards that are pulling on the play, they will just not do anything. They won't touch any bit or anything. But you see I'm running it to the left. If I shift this line to the left, it'll make sure they do their job and they're actually, like, pulling out in front and blocking people. It's so weird. You have to do it. It's still, like I said, still really good run play. I wouldn't say it's as good as it was last year, but still really solid. So really all you got to do is just make sure you're shifting the line to whatever side you're running it. Our last run play in this formation is going to be jet touch pass. It's actually a pass, but they count it as a pass, but in my eyes, it's kind of a run play. How you want to set this thing up is pretty simple. So all you want to do is you want to double team. So we're running this to the left, right? You want to double team the DN to the left, so whatever side you're running it towards. And you also want to make sure you ID whatever additional. So let's say it's $1. You got that additional corner out there, because this works really good against dollar. You would ID that additional slot corner out there. You want to ID whatever additional guy is to that side. Now in this 3-4, there's nobody really out there, so in this case, you don't have to ID, but for precaution, you could still ID that additional backer right there. So whatever, like a slot corner or whoever else is out there extra, you want to make sure they're ID'd, because the ID does is it basically just tells the whoever's lead blocking on the play, like, hey, make sure that's the first guy you got to worry about downfield. So that's pretty much all you got to do on the jet sweep. We're going to talk about some pass dots. So we're going to get into the very first pass play, Z spot. Now, rule number 1 when you run Z spot, you want to make sure you always run it to the wide side of the field. You see how we're on this left hash? We're running Z spot to the right hash, or the right side of the field. You know what I mean? Now, there is some situations where you do want to run it to the short side of the field, and that's in the red zone. I feel like that's the most important thing, and we'll go over some red zone offense as well. But that's probably the only time you want to run this to the short side. Besides that, when you're getting downfield, you want to run this to the wide side. If you don't know, Z-Spot is my favorite play in the game. It's been my favorite play in the game for a while. It's just a great, simple play. The only adjustment, the first adjustment you're always going to want to make out of this is you're going to want to take circle off this little in drag type of route, and you're going to want to put him on a streak. That's the very first thing. And this simple play right here, you can snap this against so many coverages. Tampa 2, cover 3, cover 4, man coverage, anything. You can snap this stock play against anything. It's such a great play. It's a really good play to quick snap as well. You know what I mean? I've been running this for years. You see it in my gameplays. It's godlike. If you run this play stock like this, your progressions should probably go a little something like this. The first thing you're looking at is Y, the tight end on a quick out route. If you don't got that, You look to the right, you're looking for the running back on the flat. If you don't got that, then you're looking for your tight end that's running the corner route. And then if all else fails, you got the backside in route, which usually will probably get open. It just takes a little bit of time for it to get open. The streak is really just a clear out route, but sometimes, you know, there's a busted coverage and he gets wide open, but he shouldn't exactly be in the progression. But, you know, like I said, sometimes busted coverages happen and the guy's wide open. Maybe a guy gets cute. They try to put a 20-yard cloud flat, no safety up top. He's wide open for the streak, because people do try to do that. So you still got to be aware of that. Yeah, you can never go wrong with just obviously it's not stock because we put the receiver on a streak, but I consider it stock. You can never go wrong with just quick snapping this play, you know, trying to get a hurry up because the defense not in their adjustments for a quick couple yards. I'm gonna go over some real adjustments I like to make out of this. So the first adjustments I like to make out of this, this works really good against cover 3, cover 4. I would even say man coverage to an extent. I like it. A lot of these adjustments are kind of universal. It just comes down to going through your progressions. This first one is a pretty simple one. A lot of my route combos are pretty simple, but some of them are a little crazy. This first one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this tight end on the out route. We're gonna put him on a streak, and the guy that's on the backside in route, we're gonna put him on a drag. That's literally the route combo. A lot of times, guys leave the seams open. The ace offset, it's very easy to attack the seams because you got both your tight ends already lined up on the line. So there's always very easy potential to just drop back, throw a quick seam streak. It's pretty simple. Really, when I do this adjustment, you're reading the left side of the field first. So you're reading this tight end. That backer that's playing over the top of the tight end, either two things are going to happen. Either he's going to sit there in a hook curl and he's going to play the tight end on a streak, or maybe sometimes what guys do is they drop him in a curl flat, so he's going to run to the flat in the sideline. If he does the curl flat and he runs all the way to the flat, you drop back, you throw it to Y immediately. You got the easy seam streak. Now, if he's got him on a hook curl, it depends. You know, if he's got him on a hook curl, the streak will take him down. Like he'll run with it for a quick second, and there's going to be an opportunity to throw the quick drag. But a lot of times he might snap off it and kind of play it. So if that's the case, that's fine. That's when we look to the right side of the field. You look for the flat for the running back. If you don't got that, you look for the corner route. So a little something like that. And then, like I said, depending on what he has his hook curl on, the hook curl might just straight up run back with that streak, and then the underneath the drag will be very easy to throw. So that's we're just kind of making it, you know, left side of the field a really easy read. I do it all the time. I would say this route combo is very good against, I'd probably say, cover 3 and cover 4. That's what I would call this. Not really as much against Tampa 2 or man coverage. It's also a really good route combo if you're going against the A-gap out of dollar, because if you're going against the A-gap out of dollar, it would be that left linebacker right there that's going to blitz, and then it's pretty simple. That safety up top is either going to drop down in a hook curl and immediately play this drag, or he's going to have the safety man up on the tight end and run with him deep. So a lot of times, like against the A-gap, because what they'll do is they'll just drop the safety in the 5-yard hook curl, and this safety is just running downfield. So, you know, make sure you guys you're dialed in with your free form, because you could probably have a pretty big play here, one play touchdown. So this is really good against the A-gap against dollar. And real quick before I go over some more route combos, if you do not know how to block the A-gap out of dollar, really any A-gap in the game in general, it's very easy. All you have to do is shift your line to the right and then ID the guy that's coming in. So the A-gap out of dollar is usually the left linebacker. You'll block him. If it's 6'1", I think it's usually it's one of the guys on the right, either the guy that's like head up right here or the other guy right there. One of those guys, you ID them. I don't remember. Make sure you shift the line to the right first before you ID, and also you have to also do your blocking adjustments last. So these routes you're putting out there, let's say you do the blocking adjustment first, and then you go put your route combos out there, it actually resets all your blocking adjustments. It's been in the game forever. You have to. So put your streak, put your drag out there, then do your blocking adjustments. So make sure you always do that last. And if that blocking adjustment is not working, if they're still coming in free, then block your running back. Do the same thing, shift the line to the right, and then ID. If it's the A-gap out of dollar, the left backer. If it's 6'1", one of these guys right here. And have the running back help out with the extra block. That'll 100% block it. But it's always good to have as many routes out there as you can. If you can. Now that we got that quick blocking tutorial out the way, let's get to a couple more dots here. So out of Z spot. So another adjustment I like to make out of Z spot is I like to actually motion the receiver that's on the backside in route, motion him to the side with the corner route, and I actually like to do a little something like this. So we're gonna streak this tight end. I like to always streak this tight end a lot of the time as a clear out or an opportunity for a quick seam pass, or you know what I mean. It's just a good way to kind of open up the defense a little bit more, just to have streaks out there. That's the truth. The receiver that we just motioned, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put him on a slant. Simple as that. You're just gonna put him on a slant like that, and that's literally the route combo. It's, you know, this works. I would say good against pretty much. I would say it's good against man. Tampa 2, cover 3, cover 4, because what it's doing is it's giving you another thing for the guys on the right side to have to worry about. Because let's say their user's trying to hurry up and go play the flat route, or go act like they're playing that corner route for a quick second. When they go to do that, now they got a slant running right by their face that they just left open. So it gives the user a little bit more to worry about. Also want to make sure when you're motioning this slant, by the way, you want to make sure you slam it while he's in motion. You don't want him to get set. Now, if it's zone, it's fine. It's not big of a deal. But if it's man coverage, you got to make sure it's a motion slant, because the point is you're trying to get the guy with a free release against man coverage. Another thing you can do is if you have high route master, you can actually put that guy on a post route, so it looks a little something like that. That's really good. You're gonna have the streak pretty much clear out that left side, and you're gonna have that post route right there. Now, you're not gonna always. Sometimes you're gonna actually want the slant to run a little bit more underneath, but if you want the post route to get a little bit more over top, you can definitely do that. That's obviously an adjustment if you have high route master or a guy with slot apprentice. Next adjustment is an adjustment that is also if you have high route master or if you have tight end apprentice. So it's another pretty simple one. What we're going to do is the receiver that's on the backside in route, we're going to streak him, and the tight end, we are going to put him on a corner route. So it's almost like it's the same route combo you got on the right, but you're putting it on the left. Because a lot of times what guys will do is, so they're going to know that you're putting this corner route on the right side because they know the running back is on that side. So they're going to cloud flat, try to take it away. And on the left side, they're going to get cute. Maybe they'll put an inside third on the safety on the left, and outside third on the guy on the outside third on the corner on the left, because they're not worried about the corner route coming up. They're worried about all the routes flowing to the right. So then that's when you hit them with the same thing to the left. And now it's like they got to worry about, you know, you putting it on, you know, which side are the corner routes coming to, who do we cloud flat now. This is a really good route combo to run against cover 3, cover 4. I would even say man coverage to an extent, but I mean, you know, you kind of understand man. You know, man's not hard to beat. If you really want to just know how to beat man, like straight up from the bottom of my heart, this is how you beat it. You know, this outside receiver, you just put him on a hitch. That's it. Now, obviously, you would take him off this streak, like, you know, just a quick breakdown. If you really want to know how to beat man, this is it right here, man. This is it. This is it. Oh, we just called the wrong play. If you want to beat man, this is how you beat it. This play right here, it'll kill man, because you got this hitch on the left. Like, hitches destroy man coverage. If you did not know, I will. If you come at it man, I'm throwing a hitch every single time. And if you want to get cute and say, okay, I'll drop the safety and a curl flat to the left and have him play the hitch, well, guess what? Now that tight end on the streak, he's burning whoever you have manned up on him. So that's a bomb. So if you want to know how to be man, this is a great one. There's another one I'm going to show you too that's really good, but this is probably my go-to. A really good route combo I like to run out of this against like a Tampa 2. This is something I really like to run against, you know, 6-1, I would say. Now, you're going to need high route master for this. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to motion the running back out to the right. I do this a lot. It's almost like an empty type of set, but you can still block an extra tight end if you need some type of protection. What we're going to do is we're going to put the tight end that is on this corner route, we're going to put him on a streak. Now, this is a route combo I like to do against Tampa 2, a Tampa 2 style of defense. This is what I will run this against. So we got the both the receiver and the tight end streak. Now, the running back, we are actually going to put him on a corner route. And like I said, I like to do this against 6-1. I like to do this against 6-1. You could also probably do this against Dollar, but I see myself doing this against a lot 6-1. Really good Tampa 2, Peter. So really what's going on this right side of the field is, you know how Tampa 2 works. You got cloud flat on both the outside corners. Both the safeties are on outside thirds. The middle is wide open, and a lot of times, you know, the safety will kind of he'll still kind of play in between. So that's why you do a little something like this. Now, with the left side of the field, it's kind of up to you what you do. You know, sometimes I might still streak this tight end right here. I might have the receiver come underneath on a drag, or, you know, something like that. Now, actually, if it's 6-1 outside, this is what you really should do. The backside tight end, put him on a hitch route and put your outside receiver on a zig route. So the reason why, if it's 6-1, that D end all the way to the left, he's either going to be rushing you or he's going to be going in a curl flat. If he's rushing, you're probably going to have the zig route because that corner is going to be on a cloud flat that's a little bit farther back. Now, if he's dropping in a, what is it called, a curl flat, then you're going to have the hitch immediately, because in 6-1, remember, it's only one guy in the box. It's not two backers, so the user has to kind of decide what he's going to play here. Is he going to play the initial streak? Because if he doesn't, you could throw that immediately. If he doesn't play the hitch, you got the hitch. You know what I mean? So he's got to kind of pick and choose. But the reason why I like doing this against Tampa 2 a lot, because once these streaks start to get really vertical, you know, okay, and you put the corner out on the running back, because the corner on the right side is going to be on a cloud flat. So if he's not, then you have the corner out, because you know the outside third the streak is gonna take him out to play. Now if he's on a cloud flat, he's going to play the corner out, which means that safety on the right side, he's got to make a business decision. Do I play the receiver on the right, or do I play this tight end streak down in the middle? So you simply just got to make that read. Now, most of the time, it's going to be the tight end in the middle. You're going to have to, you got to make sure you're dialed in with your freeform settings, like I said, because you're going to be able to bomb this right down the middle. You've probably seen it in my gameplays. I've done it a whole lot. Now, there's a route combo you can do very similar to this if you do not have High Route Master. It's going to be in the next formation we're going to talk about, bombing Tampa 2 and stuff like that. As an adjustment we're going to talk about is going to work against, I would probably say, cover 3, cover 4, and even a little bit of an extended man coverage. It's also pretty simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to streak the backside tight end. The receiver on the left, it's up to you. You can leave him on the in route, or you can put him on a backside drag. What we're going to do is we're going to actually motion the running back to the right once again, and we're going to put him on a zig route. What this is going to do against, like, you know, cover 3 and cover 4, that slot corner on that side, he's got to make a decision. Am I going to play the zig on Pacheco, or am I going to play the corner out deep? So it's really like a high-low thing you're looking at. But even before you do that, you're looking at the backside. So you're looking at, okay, do I have the quick hitter streak, or do I have the underneath drag right there? That it's just a quick high-low right there. If you don't got that, cool, then you look to the right side and you decide, okay, what are we throwing on the right? Sometimes what'll happen is the curl flat, the slot corner, he'll kind of be in between, and he'll kind of sit on both of the routes, kind of in a weird situation. So if he decides to do that, you take that running back off the zig and you put him on a streak. And now he's got to decide, am I gonna run with this streak deep, or, you know, am I gonna run with the corner route? So really, you know, really what this streak is, it's also kind of a clear out. You're really using this to get the corner out open, because the slot corner is not going to, he's going to get dumbed out. He's not going to know how to play the corner out. Now, let's say and let's say in the situation that the slot corner immediately just runs to the flat, like, you know, and you got the quick hitter streak, then you just drop back and you get that thing out quick. Guess what? Let's say the user tries to hurry up and runs over to the streak. You got the backside drag. The user can't play at all. He's got to pick something, because now that drag is it's gonna be open. You know, you might only get maybe 4 or 5 yards on it, but that's fine. We're gonna get in this end zone one way or another. A couple more route combos at a Z spot. This next one is it's a pretty normal one as well. Really, all we're gonna do is we're gonna streak the backside tight end, and we're gonna just put the running back on the in route. Just something like that. You got the tight end clearing out whatever's right there in the middle. You got the running back underneath, because, you know, running back in routes are really good. And even if you want to, you know what, you can motion the running back out to the right, put him on a little drag, and you can run it something like this. Just a simple little route combo. This can kind of work really good, I would say, against anything. Well, I'll probably say I wouldn't say anything but man, but this will work against kind of anything. It just comes down to, you know, you go through your progressions. It's going to be the last route combo that we look at of Z spot. Another one that's not really, you know, too complicated. What we're going to do is we're going to put the tight end on the backside streak. And the running back, you're actually going to put him on a streak. Now, I actually do use running back streaks quite a bit, actually, because they're just really good. The way that they're able to kind of open up and get downfield. Now, actually, you know what? I lied. This is going to be the last route combo. There's a couple route combos we can do, actually, with this running back streak. This first one right here is pretty self-explanatory. Now, if you want, you can put the backside in route on a drag, or you can leave him on the backside in route. Doesn't matter. It's up to you. This is very good for, I would say, Tampa 2. I really like this against Tampa 2, and the reason why is because that running back on the backside streak is most of the time going to run past the hook curl. He's going to get open. So if you notice it's Tampa 2 and the cloud flats are going to take away this corner round stuff, then usually the linebacker in the middle, he's going to run quick to the left, probably to go play the streak or the backside in route, and he's not going to see the running back leaking out the backfield to get wide open. Now, it's also, I would say this is really good against cover 3 and cover 4 also, because let's say the slot corner runs to the right. Now you got, you know, the running back come underneath on that little streak. A lot of times, you know, you can drop back and throw the quick streak to the running back. You really can. And sometimes you want to wait for it to develop and get past the hook curl. and stuff like that. So it's really good. One last route combo I like with this running back streak is what you can do is you can motion this receiver on the backside and route to the right and put him on a little zig route, and it's literally something to look like this. So if there's a slot corner over there, make him have to decide, is he going to play the underneath on the zig? Is he want to sit on that running back streak real quick? It just makes the defense have to worry about a lot. And then, like I said, you always got that backside streak on the other tight end because you never know. You might have him there for the quick hit throw. And you always want to make him have to remember that he's on that streak. And do not worry, every single formation is not going to take this long to break down. With ace offset, we're going into so much depth with it because this is what I run for the most, ace offset. The next formation, ace slot, is the thing I run the second most. So the first two formations, like, there's a lot to talk about. The rest of the formations are just honestly kind of run plays. There's not much to talk about. So these first two formations are like, it's like the bread and butter. Ace offset and ace slot offset. This is mostly the offense. Passing the ball wise, so running the ball wise, everything we said we're going to be running, you're going to be running all that stuff. One last play at ace offset. It's going to be this PA read play. Typically, you want to run this play against, I would say, Tampa 2, man coverage. If they're running like a cover 4 match type of thing, that's kind of similar to man, I would say that. That's probably the only time I wouldn't really run this against like cover 3. Probably not so much, actual cover 4, only like a cover 4 match. I'll say I mostly run this play against man in Tampa 2. That's where it's really good against. So we're going to go over it. It's still, a lot of really simple route combos. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to take this receiver off this comeback route. We're going to put him on a streak. We're going to put the tight end that's on this delay flat route. You're going to put him on a drag. And you're going to put the running back on an out route. Now, if you have high route master, you could put him on a flat. I would only probably say put him on a flat if it is Tampa 2. If it's man coverage, you want to put him on that out route because you want to make him actually have to cut to make him lose that DP. Compared to a flat route, he would just kind of run straight out there, and the DB would just kind of, run straight down there with him. And the route combos are pretty self-explanatory. It's a high-low type thing. You got the receiver all the way to the right. He's mostly just on a clear route. You got the crosser to go over the top. You got the drag underneath. You got the running back underneath to the flat. And then, you got the post route going over the middle, which is really nice for the Tampa 2 because, Tampa 2 a lot of times the middle of the field might be wide open. So you got your little post route right there. And it's just a quick hitter type of thing. A lot of times you're going to throw to the running back on that route or the tight end on the drag for the most part. And then if you get to the point where the crosser's, wide open, then you can take the crosser. The post route is really your last thing you're kind of looking at in this, unless you're calling this and you're like, yo, I want to hit this post route. But there's a play in ace slot that has a little bit better of a post route. A lot of time I call this for the high low with the crosser, drag, and out route and running back. That's honestly what I call it for the most part. But sometimes I do want to hit that post route. So that's kind of the base adjustment of this. Now, if you're really trying to hit the crosser and you're noticing that on the right side, you're calling it like this. This is really how I'd like to call it against man-to-man for sure. Now, if it's Tampa 2 and you're trying to hit that crosser from the tight end here on the left, and you're noticing that the corner on the right, his cloud flat is sitting right on that corner route or that crossing route, what you could do is you could take the receiver that's on the clear out streak and you can actually put him on a smoke screen. That's going to make that corner have to decide, do I want to sit here and stay on the smoke screen, or am I going to sit and run back with the the crosser? If the things are on default, then you're going to actually have the crosser, but you gotta throw it relatively fast before the corner reacts back. Now, if they have their corner just on a normal zone drop, then he's just going to sit back deep, and then you're going to have the smoke screen right there. So if you can, if you got some stick and you can make a play in the open field, then it might work out nice. Another route combo I like to do out of this is really good against like a Tampa 2 style defense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put that receiver back on the streak. You're gonna motion the running back out to the right, and you're gonna do a little something like this. The running back is gonna get streaked, and the tight end that's on the drag, you're actually gonna put him on a flat route. This has potential to be bombed in the Tampa 2. The reason why I normally like putting the tight end on the streak to bomb Tampa 2, and have that middle of the field wide open, is because if you notice, you see how much out farther wide the running back is on this play than compared to the tight end. The tight end's running the streak right down the middle. The running back is going to kind of run it right into the safety. So I kind of lied. I wouldn't run it like this to try to have the running back bomb. He's basically just on a clear out. So you're rating it Both the streaks are clear outs, and you got the tight end on the flat, because what he's doing, anyone that's going down to the flat, he's going to pull him right down, and basically everyone on the left side is just going to, everyone's just kind of clearing out for the left side, so you can throw it to, you know, the post deep, or have the tight end on the crosser, and then if there's no one in the flat, you take the tight end. Something you can also actually do out of PA read is you could turn PA read, if you wanted to, into an exotic version of these spots. So what I mean by that is you could set it up exactly like, oh, I didn't mean to motion them out. I was just trying to put the high routes. You need high route master for this, but set it up like an exotic Z spot. So put the guy on the right on the streak, you put the tight end on the corner route, you put the running back on the flat. Now this tight end on the left, you wouldn't want to keep him on the crossing route because he's going to run into the corner route. So what you could do is you could put him on a drag, you could put him on the normal out route like in Z spot, or you could put him on a streak to try to clear out for the post route and get that thing open deep. So you can kind of run this like an exotic version of, you know, Z spot. Got one more adjustment out of PA read, and this is going to be, once again, something I would probably call against Man or Tampa 2, because that's just kind of what PA read is. So what we're going to do is the outside receiver on the streak, we're going to put him on a zig route. I do actually love doing this in situations where, you know, you might have a quick zig route, just in general. Like that's just always something to keep in the back of your mind, but you're going to put him on a zig route. Next, you're going to put the running back on a streak route, and that's pretty much it. So what we're looking at here is you got Scandling on the zig route, and by the way, I forgot to say, when I told you guys to put him on the smoke screen, you don't have to put him on a smoke screen. If you want to put him on a zig route, you could do that, because that's actually what I do more than the smoke screen, but it's up to you. Smoke screen, what it does is it does a better job pulling them down, but in this situation, I actually like kind of putting them on a zig route. So you put him on a zig route, you got the running back on a streak. What you're doing is the zig route is either going to pull that cloud flat down, or he's going to stay where he's at. You know, for that crosser, we kind of talked about that. Only difference is we have this running back on this streak. So like we said against Tampa 2, the running back on this streak route has a really good chance of just running by the hook curl and has a chance of deep play opportunity. So it's kind of the same thing we talked about, you know, against, you know, Tampa 2 and stuff. We are going to get on to our next formation. Now, I know that was a lot. Each formation is not going to be like that. Ace offset is just the bread and butter, but the thing that's right next to the bread and butter is a slot offset. A slot offset is really good. There's a lot. All these formations, like I said, it's not as much as the ace offset. Don't worry. If you get the ace offset portion of it, then you're gonna be. So for the plays that we're going to be looking to run out of ace offset or ace slot offset, it's going to be the play on the far left post. That is a that's actually the only like real pass play that we're going to be running out of this formation. The next play is going to be that play right there in the middle, outside zone. Very, very, very good run play. The other play is going to be 0-1 trap. You got to have some diversity up in there. And the last play is going to be RPO slot bubble. All of these plays, you're going to sit there and throw into your audibles. So it'll look a little something like this. Post, outside zone, RPO slot bubble, and 0-1 trap. Once you got that, let's go to the field. I'm not going to say what you have to come out in a slot, because remember how I said we're going to run this offense. In reality, how this is going to work is you're going to start an ace offset, actually. You're never going to like, okay, let me go to ace slot, let me see what I want to pick to play. No, you're going to come out in your ace offset like this, and then you're going to audible to your ace slot offset. This is how it'll look in game. That's why you set up all these audibles. And that's how you take the best out of this. Make the best out of this, not take the best out of this. But we're going to go over the run plays first in this because let's just get those out of the way. It's a lot less to talk about the runs in the past. So the first one's going to be this outside zone. Very, very good play. It was a really good play last year, but I think this year it just got even better. It is a great run play. So for this run, it's pretty easy to set up. All you're going to want to do is you're going to want to double team the DN. That's pretty much it. Now, I will say in certain situations, it's a little weird. So if you notice that their DN, though, is not actually rushing at you, he's dropping in a curl flat, you don't actually want to double team him. What you want to do is you actually want to double team the guy next to him, and then you want to ID him. Now, if the DN is rushing you, then you do actually want to, this game is so stupid, it's breaking. You want to double team him if he is actually rushing you. And then what you would do is you would actually ID the slot guy. Now, I'm not going to say you have to ID the slot guy in this one. I would say only do it if he's not, if he's a little misaligned on, if your receiver's not like legit up on him, like aligned right on him, you know what I'm saying? Then I would say ID him. And that's pretty much it. Now, actually, one more last thing is you also want to shift the line to the side you're running to. So in this case, we would shift the line to the left. Now, if you're noticing that you're shifting the line to the left and you feel like the blocking isn't as, you know, good as it should be, then stop doing it. And that's pretty much how you set this run up. And also on this run, always look for the backside cut, because you can cut this thing back. Because sometimes, right, there'll be no one on the right side of the field, and you can just cut that thing back. So always keep your eyes open, because a lot of these runs, you can cut these things back and have huge play opportunity. I would definitely recommend a running back that has like human joystick or something like that. That'll definitely smoothen out your cutbacks a lot more. It'll make it a lot easier. Now, you don't need it, but it'll make it a lot easier. For our next run play, it's going to be 0-1 trap. Now, I don't really run the 0-1 trap too much. It's a very situational run. The only time I really run it is if the middle of the defense just looks very free, and that's pretty much the only time I do it. Really, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to double team whoever has inside stuff. Someone's gonna have inside stuff, and if they don't, then in this situation you would just double team the guy that's right over top the center, and you would pretty much just snap it. That's about it. For the last run play in this, it's gonna be the what is it actually called? Our RPO slot bubble. Another really good play. RPO, when you're going against 6-1, you're going to want to break that thing down with RPOs. Like, I'm running RPOs almost the whole time going 6-1, because that's kind of its weakness. You know, they don't want to have to deal with the RPOs, so you're going to have to make them deal with them. You want to set this up, it's pretty simple. You're going to want to find who the inside stuff is, and you're going to want to run it. So if you're going against like a 6-1 and stuff like that, you're probably thinking, who do I double team? So you're going to want to actually double team. You're going to want to double team the left interior guy. So it's going to be the guy that's next to the left DN, but he's also he's basically sandwiched in the middle of the D tackle over top the center and the left DN. So you're gonna want to double team that inside stuff in 6-1. And that's pretty much it. You're just gonna read to see if you have the RPO bubble. You know, a lot of times the DB might act like he's going to run with the guy on the RPO, but he's not, and you can honestly still throw it, and you'll notice that after you run RPOs for a while, because this game is completely broken. In 6-1, like I said, that's really how you're going to want to beat at RPO. So you gotta really pay attention, because how they're going to guard it most of the time is they're going to use their D end to go and drop. So if you notice that their D end's dropping to go play the RPO, then you hand that thing right off, and it's gonna come down to his user making a one-on-one tackle. And something also that's really big, if you notice that he's dropping that D end every single time for the RPO, run this outside zone play right at that D end dropping back, and it's gonna go over some yards. And then, you know, let's say you run that a few times and he's not dropping them no more, then you bring out the RPO and you start hitting them with that, and you know, then it just starts to mess them up, because they don't know if they should drop him back. They don't know if they should keep him rushing. You know what I mean? So that's why it's really healthy. It's good to have a run game, because it just makes the offense healthy, man. It makes everything run really good. It's like water, man. You got to drink water. All right, so that's pretty much all for the run plays in that in a slot. Now let's get to the pass play post. This is the only actual pass play we run out of this formation, but that's because it's such a very good play, and there's a lot of different adjustments you can make out of it. Very good play. First off, the base play itself is very good. Like, you could just snap this thing like this and you'll be perfectly fine. It's a very good play to just hurry up audible to it and, you know, snap this thing. Now, you also got to make sure where you're at on the field, because, you know, see where you were on the left side of the field, the left hash, that corner route is going to be very hard. The left corner route is going to be very hard for it to kind of get open. So, like, let's say you were like leaning towards wanting to throw that, it's going to be a little bit harder, because he doesn't have as much room to run it as to the right side of the field. You see the tight end on the right, he's got a lot of room to run it. It'll be a lot easier for him to run that route. So just always keep in mind where you're at on the field and where you want to, you know, have your routes and stuff. This stock play itself is very good. You know, this is great against cover 3, Tampa 2, man coverage, you know what I mean? All that stuff is very good. Now, but it's one simple adjustment that you can make is taking this guy that's on this corner route and putting him on a streak. Simply something like this is what this does is, you know, if they're in Tampa 2, now that post route is going to get wide open in the middle of the field, because this streak is clearing it out for him, and you know he's going to get wide open. So that's very good. This also can bomb cover 3, because the inside, the guy that now it's going to take time though, because you're going to need time to throw the post route. That streak, the inside third is going to have to run with him. He's going to have to run with him. So what this does is the post route is going to have to, he's going to have to run all the way across the field. But if you have the time and he can get all the way across the field, the inside third will not. If you have to kind of time the throw, but he's going to get wide open. But you need time, and you know you're probably going to get sacked most of the time. But there is you know times when you get time in the pocket, and that post route's going to get wide open and bomb cover 3. So just simply putting him on a streak, it will do wonders. You know, to bomb coverages. And you know what? If you want to switch it up, it's fine. You can put the tight end on the streak, and you can put him on a flat route. I normally like putting them on zig routes. I don't really like how flat routes are, you know, with their animations and stuff like that. So I usually put them on a zig, and you can switch it up and do a little something like this. with the tight end. It's up to you. I personally like putting it the receiver on the streak just because I feel like he clears out the defense a lot faster than the tight end does. Next route combo I'm going to show you is really good against man coverage and Tampa 2. I actually run this a lot against that. What we're going to do is we're going to put this tight end, and we're going to put him on a streak like this. And that's it. You're going to leave this. You're actually going to leave this receiver on a zig route, and it's pretty simple. Against man coverage, this thing kills man coverage because there's so much the defense has to play, right? As soon as you snap the ball, if the DB on the slot DB or whoever's playing the receiver on the zig route is one-on-one with him, most of the time he will probably get wide open off that. So just off that route, you will probably have that almost every single time in man coverage. And then look, you have an angle route right here. You got this guy on a drag. You have the post route is probably going to get open most of the time. You just need time for it to get open, especially as man. And then you got this tight end on the corner route, which is really hard to guard in man coverage. So I mean, this right here is a man killer. It's also really good against Tampa 2, and I say that because this drag underneath right here, a lot of times what's going to happen is they're going to have their right corner. They're going to have him back a little bit because they're trying to have him play that tight end on the corner route. So now what that's going to do is that's going to leave, you know, an opening in that flat for the drag route to get wide open. And then, you know, this angle route and post route, you know, sometimes they gotta make a business decision. Am I gonna play this angle route or am I gonna try to bait the post route deep? So you know, Tampa 2, it's also very good. I told you guys earlier in the video, if you don't have Hot Route Master and those the ability to put extra routes on the field, remember how I showed you guys the Tampa 2 bomb where you motion the running back, put him on a corner route, you got the tight end on the streak and the outside receiver on the streak. This is the play I was talking about. You can do that if you don't have Hot Route Master. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to put the receiver on a post route, put him on a streak, and you're going to want to put the tight end on a streak. So remember, see how that's similar to the route combo we kind of put out there, and you're going to pretty much leave it like this. Now, the backside routes, it's completely up to you what you want to do. If you want to leave the running back on an angle route, you can. I actually, you know, if I know that the corner on the right is going to be on a cloud flat, that's going to basically play the corner out, then a lot of times I'll actually put the tight end on a flat route like this, and it looks a little something like this, and you could just have this tight end go deep on the streak, and you can try to bomb it because that's what you're looking at a lot of times. I actually run this a lot more than the beater that I showed you, just because this is a lot faster to set up, and you're audibling around and stuff like that. You want to make sure when you do this, so you run this to the wide side of the field, because if you're actually going to throw this corner out, you don't want them to run it to the short side, and you also want the tight end, you know, to kind of be in the middle of the field. You see, we're kind of like pushed over to the left right now. I would really only ever call this play if it was Tampa 2. This next setup I'm going to show you guys, put it back to the stock play. What we're going to do is we're actually going to motion the running back out to the right, and we're going to put him on a streak route. So, you know, we got a clear out for this corner route right here. We're going to put the tight end that's on the flat route. We're actually going to put him on a drag like this, and the receiver on the left, it's up to you. We could either put him on a streak to clear out for the post route, put him on a hitch and have him just sit down right there, or put him on a zig route and have him attack the flat. It's up to you. It depends, you know, what you think he's going to have, you know, on that slot corner. What do you think he's going to put on the slot corner? Right here is a really good setup to run against cover 3, cover 4. I would really even say Tampa 2, because then if you streak this guy right here, you know, you got to clear out for the post route. And it's kind of simpler, like what I kind of told you guys in the PA read. I just like this post route A slot a lot better than the one at Ace offset. The PA read post route used to be really good. This year I feel like it fell off a little bit. That's why I like the post route at Ace slot a lot better. You know, when I'm trying to, you know, usually like bomb a post route or something, I usually go to this one. So this is really a good setup, I would say, against anything but probably man. I mean, you could run it against man, but you know, cover 3, cover 4, Tampa 2. This is, you know, definitely a nice play call. If you're wondering why I'm not snapping the ball and showing you guys, kind of explaining you, we would be here even longer. And if you want to see that, then drop a follow to the Twitch. You can watch it over there, or you could watch my gameplays where I do this same exact stuff. So that's why we're not snapping the ball, because we would be here for an eternity. Next route combo is going to be for man. So once again, we're actually going to motion the running back out to the right, and you're actually going to leave him on the angle route. He's actually kind of the focal point of this. Whoever he has a man up on him is most likely not going to play this angle route. It's almost impossible for him to. So this is just an insane man beater. Now you don't want to leave this tight end on a streak, because the routes are going to kind of run into each other. So what you could either do is you could put him on a flat route, just keep him underneath, or you could put him on a streak route. You just want to kind of get him out of the way, this angle route. And then for the left side of the field, it's up to you want to put out there. If you want to put, I would probably say put the tight end on a drag. Probably put your slot guy on a zig route, because if it's a man, you do not want to leave him on a corner route, because the post route and the corner route and man are just going to run into each other. So you could probably run a little bit something like this, and really you're looking for this angle route. But if he's not there, you always got the post deep, in the man-to-man. So I got one very last route combo we're going to go over in this post play. What we're going to do is we are going to put the guy on the corner route, put him on a streak to clear out for the post. We're going to take the running back off the angle route. We're actually going to put him on a streak route, and you're going to run a little bit something like this. This streak is clearing out for the post. You got this guy in the flat to kind of dictate what's going to happen there with that slot corner. Actually, there's going to be one more route combo we're going to talk about. And then the running back, you got him on this streak route because, a lot of times, there's not really going to be anyone to kind of play this running back on the streak. And if there is, let's say he's got like a little hook curl sitting right there, the running back is going to get past the hook curl eventually. You got to make that throw. And honestly, the streak route for the running back is also really good against man coverage, I want to say, because they're just not going to run with them. So it's really good. So this is a really good route combo, I would say. Tampa 2, cover 4, occasionally the cover 3. But really good against Tampa 2, I would say. Going against like cover 3 and cover 4, you really just want to attack them with the corner routes and like a clear out streak next to it. That's pretty much how you want to attack that stuff. The cover 3 and cover 4, I feel like it's very easy to beat. Very last route combo out of this play I actually want to show you is streak the the tight end on that flat route and do something like this. And I know this looks very nasty, but I've done this many times. And really, when you're calling this, you're really just looking at B and Y, and you're throwing it to one of these guys. Because a lot of times, if it's like a cover 3, maybe a cover 4, cover 3 or cover 4 for the most part, when like you have a chance to squeeze something there in the seams, you could probably, Y is going to take whoever's right there in the middle and at the play. And then now no one's kind of there to play B sometimes, so you could just drop back, get that thing out quick to B for a very, very quick seam shot. It's nasty, but it works sometimes. So ace offset and ace slot offset, those are like the main things. The rest of the stuff we're going to be talking about is mostly a lot of run plays. There still is a few more pass outs we got, but there's not really like a whole lot of route combos we do out of them. Wing slide is actually one of probably the last formations we're going to talk about that involving anything related to some type of pass dot. So the plays that we are going to be running out of this, the first play is going to be the play all the way to the right, PA double post. That's a big shot play right there. And the other play is going to be a double pivot. It's going to be a double pivot, and the last one is actually inside zone, believe it or not. Inside zone out of this is really good. So the audibles for this will look something like this. It's going to be double pivot, this play right here, inside zone. It's going to have 4 verticals in there because you're only doing 3 audibles for this formation, so it doesn't matter. And then the last one's going to be PA double post, which you actually don't even have to put PA double post or inside zone in there. The only thing you actually have to put for the audibles is double pivot. It's going to have the other plays already in there, so that's makes doing these a little bit faster. We're gonna go over red zone offense at the very end of this. So when we've talked about everything, I'll talk about some red zone stuff at the very end of this. So for this, the first play we're gonna talk about is this inside zone play. I don't know what it is, but inside zone out of this formation is just really good. Like it's very good. All you're really gonna ever want to do out of it is you want to find who the inside stuff is. You're gonna double team him, and you can pretty much just snap the ball like that. Now you can also shift the line to the side you're running the ball to. So in this case, I would shift the line to the left. If you're finding that the blocking is just not really very good out of it and you're not liking it, then don't do it. But it's an inside zone. There's not much to talk about. There's 2 pass plays in this formation we're going to talk about. There's not many audibles that I have to. There's not really too much audibles. You kind of, or at least in this play, double pivot is the first play we're going to talk about. I'll say this: I don't run this play as much now. And the reason why is because when I run this play, it's mostly a red zone play for me. I used to run it, and I might honestly bring it back a little bit because I truly don't run it that much anymore. And honestly, the only adjustment you're going to do out of this is you're going to block the running back. That is literally it. That's about it. You're going to block the running back. Now, if you want, you can let the running back run out in a little flat route and clear out. But I usually just block him because I don't want him on any route. And the play is what the play is. You're going to either hit the zig on the left or you're going to hit the zig to the right. Now, the zig to the right is honestly your main read on it because, he's in such an awkward spot where he's running it. A lot of time he can just find an open spot in the defense. You can kind of just throw it. So, if all fails, you got the in right in the middle. So, I don't You know, this play it's very good against man. It can work against Tampa 2. It can work against cover 3. It can really work against anything. It just depends what, you know, if guys are shading underneath, and, you know, let's say they got a curl flat and a hook curl on the right side of the field. Like, this zig route can still get open sometimes because he could just find that little seam opening. Now, I like this play in the red zone for the most part, but I might start bringing it back a little bit here and there. I don't know. Another play in this we talked about is PA double post. Now, PA double post, once again, not really a whole lot of adjustments I make out of this. Now, I don't typically call the stock play. This usually, the first adjustment I'll make out of this is we're going to take the running back off the play action. I don't like ever keep my running back on the play action. All it ever does is get me sacked. I'm sorry, that's what it does. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take X that's on this really, really deep post route. I usually never keep him on this. We're going to streak him. The tight end that's on this little mini drag route right here, we're actually going to put him on a streak. And the running back, you can either put him on an out route to the right, or if you got a high route master, you can put him on a flat route and a little something like this. So really what I like about this play is a lot of times this streak right here on B, it'll get wide open. Like in cover 3, sometimes you have that seam right down the middle, you can kind of hit it. And sometimes in cover 4, he will fly past the quarter. So if you got a quarterback with a big arm and you're dialed in with your free forming, he could just run right past the quarter a lot of times. So it's pretty nasty. That I go to this a lot of times when I'm trying to take deep shots downfield. And then you got this tight end on a relatively deep crosser, so he can maybe get over cloud flats, curl flats, you know, kind of get over top the defense. And in this post route right here, it's going to get open. I'm just going to tell you straight up, it will get open. Now, it takes time for it to, like, a lot of times you could probably throw it in the middle, but you got to be very careful how you click onto it because, you know, you don't want it to get picket stuff. But if you let this post route run all the way to the right side of the field, a lot of times it will get open because you got this tight end right here clearing it out. And then you always got your running back underneath. And something you could also put on your running back I like to do right here is put him on a block and check and release hook sitting there in the middle, because the user's got to go back and play something. He's either got to play the streak on the tight end on the right, he's got to play the cross, or he's got to run with the post route. So that check and release rate of the running back a lot of times is going to be wide open in this. If you have high route master, something I really like to do out of this is take this tight end off this streak route and put him on a corner route, a little something like this. I actually like calling this a lot. And then the running back, it's up to you. Put him on something to the flat, keep him on a check and release hook, and just keep it like this. I actually like calling this a lot. Or something you could also do is keep him on that streak and actually put the tight end that's on a crosser, put him on a corner route, kind of a clear out type of vibe. And you can either keep the tight end tucked in like this, or you can motion him out to the right side. If you want like a true clear out, I don't know why it's not letting me motion him, or you could do something like this. I don't really motion him out too much, and I usually keep him tucked in because, you know, them running that streak, I won't let me motion him back. I can't motion him back. Nice. I like to keep them tucked in on that streak route because a lot of times, like, it just, you know, it's so funky how these tight ends are lined up inside. Like, these guys will just get open deep. Like, you will have a lot of your bombs will come simply just from a tight end running a streak in this offense. Route combo I talked about where the corner, the tight end's on this corner route, and you got the running back in the flat and a little something like this. This works really good against honestly like a Tampa 2, I would say. I like calling this Tampa 2 because you got the crosser going deep. He might, you know, from the tight end getting over the top a cloud flat. You got the post route, and the corner route on the right, honestly, a lot of times can get open on the cloud flat because he's misaligned on him, and it's just, I don't know, it just weirds it out. So it's really good. And one more thing you can really do out of this is you can actually take the receiver all the way to the left on the streak, put him on like a little zig route. And the reason why is because, you know, if it's Tampa 2, you want to kind of make you know, the cloud flat dictate this. You want to play underneath on the zig route, and then you got the crosser come all the way backfield. So the cloud flat a lot of times might not even realize he's on it. But if it's like a cover 3 or cover 4, you want to keep him on a streak because you want to, you know, have the outside third run back deep and pretty much clear him out. I'll give one more route combo in this for the guys that do not have high route master. And honestly, even if you don't have a high route master, it's still a really good route combo. Something I like to do is I actually like to put out routes out here. I like to put out routes out here. So if you don't have high route master, you can't put this tight end on the corner route. So you can actually put him on a out route. And if you're thinking, how did I just put him on an out route like that? That's 10 yards downfield. So you want to put him on a normal out route, and then you actually want to, well, it won't let me change his route. So you want to put him on a normal out route, and then you want to smart route it. So you'll just hit RB, and it'll smart route it and put it basically to wherever the first down marker's at. So if it's 1st and 10, the out route will run the 1st and 10. If it's 2nd and 7, then he'll run a 7-yard out route. You know what I mean? That's what smart route means. And then what I'll do is I'll actually have the running back You can leave him on a flat route in this situation if you want, you know what I mean? But a lot of times I'll actually streak him, and it'll open up like that little mini gap right there. The defense kind of has to decide: am I running with the crossover the middle? Am I running with the out route to the outside? Or, you know what I mean, then the running back's just slipping out right there in the middle. It's like, oh my god, you know what I mean, he's right there. And actually, a lot of times when I do that, I'll actually have the receiver come on a backside drag route. I know it's a nasty route combo, but you know what I mean. Once you get the progressions down and stuff, it's all good. And honestly, we haven't really touched on this that much. That's why it's so hard for me to do this video, because a lot of my offense is a freestyle. Like, I'm just putting shit out there to beat your defense, man. Like, it's freestyle. But we haven't talked about out routes enough, because I feel like people don't use out routes enough in Madden 24. Out routes are very good. If guys are out there, you know, putting guys on outside thirds and stuff, you know, let's say I put my receiver all the way to the left, smart route him, put him on like on a 10-yard out route, and that guy's on an outside third. This is a first down. This is literally a first down. So if you see that a guy is, you know, it's one-on-one with your receiver and the DB, and, you know, he's just putting him on an outside third, don't be scared to put your receiver on like a 10-yard out route or something like that and just have him one-on-one, you know, go through the first down. And if they're playing off coverage like that, then that's just free. You got to take the out route at that point. So always keep that in mind too. Typically do it on your backside route or, you know, something like that. But it's very good. You can put that in any of these formations: ace slot, ace offset, wing slot, any of these things. The rest of the stuff we're going to talk about is just going to be run plays. There is one more pass play we have. It's going to be out of the pistol, but it's just one route combo, and there's a reason why we do it. So for the most part, we're going to be talking about the run plays, but these are the really good run plays. So the next formation we're going to talk about is wing slot, and there's honestly only one play we actually run out of this, and it's going to be the play all the way to the left right there. RPO alert bubble. Very, 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 very good play. So you're going to put in your audibles. It's literally the very first play. You put it in there. This play is amazing. It's one of my favorite run plays in the game. Very good play against, you know, 6-1, the RPO. You got to run your RPOs against 6-1. And, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know how to, you know, if it's 6-1, if the DN's dropping back playing the RPO, then you hand it off. If he's not, you throw the RPO. It's like that against any RPO. I don't need to explain it. You understand that. Now, to set up the run portion of this, really, what we're going to do is, you're only going to want to double team the D end if it's a no outsider. So if whatever defense you're going against, if they have a no outsiders, you want to double team them. If not, you don't want to double team them. All you're going to want to do is shift the line to the side you're running the ball to. So in this case, we're going to shift the line to the right. And actually, one more thing too is you're actually also going to want to ID whatever extracurricular you got on the outside. So in this situation, I would actually ID this outside corner right here, and it'll just help out with this extra tight end right here. He'll kind of know where his main focus needs to be when he's going downfield to block. Now, it's not a guarantee he's going to block him all the time because it's Madden, but it helps. Trust me, it really does. So that's pretty much it how you're gonna set this up. But when you run this thing, man, there's so much you can do with this. Like, you can run this thing all the way to the edge. You can cut that thing back right behind the two tight ends, have a little hole right there. Sometimes you can cut this thing right under the center. There's so many different places you can run the ball in this. You know, you just gotta have vision as a running back. You gotta see the hole and you gotta find it. You gotta know when to cut it to the sideline. You gotta know when to cut it almost like a power, and you gotta know when to cut this thing almost like a dive. And then sometimes you gotta reverse the entire field. You could cut this thing back to the left on this play. Yes, I'm telling you, man. So if you like running the ball and you got vision, these run plays are going to work. Trust me. This is going to be our last formation out of gun, and then we only got one more formation out of this. It's going to be wing flex weak side. And the play we're going to be looking at is right there in the middle. RPO read X smoke. One of possibly the best run play in here. I'm not gonna say the best run play in here. I'll probably say it's the best RPO that we run out of this. If you're watching my gameplays and stuff, this is the play that I open up every single game that I play. This is the first play I run every single time. So you're going to want to put that in your audibles. It's also the only play we're running out of that formation, so don't worry about anything else. And this play, believe it or not, is actually a triple option. And what I mean by a triple option is you can hand this off to the running back, you can throw the ball to X on the left, or you could tuck this thing with the quarterback. That's right. So that you can see there's a lot that can be done with this, and there's a lot of house calls that can be made with this play with your quarterback. The thing that's probably the nastiest about this play is, you know, let's say you have to read the slot corner on the play. The slot corner is the guy that's reading the quarterback on the play, and let's say I decide to tuck it with the quarterback, right? And the slot corner's running right at me, he's about to try to hit me. Well, guess what? Now, who's playing the receiver all the way to the left? Nobody. So you can literally throw this ball like, oh, it's so now. You know what? Let me come out in a dollar so I can really show you this. Okay, so for example, it's so hard for me to explain. So I have the defense in dollar right now. This is the same principle for dollar or for 6-1 or any defense like this in general. So what I mean is, so I know it says we have to read this D end right here, but you know there's times when you had the D end's not the guy for the QB to read if he's going to tuck this ball. It's a slot corner or something like that, okay? So in that situation, if he's the guy to read, you will be able to throw the RPO every single time. And because let's say even if he's in a curl flat or something like that, he's going to act like he's going to run to the outside, and then as soon as you start running with the ball, he's going to run to you, and you can just throw that thing over there. So in the receiver, a lot of times that's blocking wide, he's going to get, like, you don't have to worry about this thing getting picked off unless, like, you know what I mean, you just do some dumb shit. But because the outside corner is never going to pick this off. He's either going to get like bad chip block, or he's going to get blocked out of his mind by wide, a slot corner on this play. So basically what I'm trying to explain is, you know, if the guy that you're reading is supposed to be the guy that's going to go out there and try to block this thing, or that's trying to guard the RPO, is not going to work. It's a very deadly RPO, and it is extremely good. Now, how you set up the run portion of this is you're going to want to double team the inside stuff. Now, that's typically the guy that's going to be right over top the center. Now, in some situations, if they're in like a 6-1, maybe like a nickel normal, or let's just say something like that, and the inside stuff is actually the guy that's on the left side, not actually this DM, but he's lined up over top the left guard, you're actually going to want to double team the guy on the left guard, opposed to like somebody on the right side, even though the run is going to the right side. Because a lot of times with this run, you know, you're running it into the interior, and honestly a lot of time, like, you're gonna run this ball probably right behind the left guard. Now there's obviously times when you're gonna cut this thing all the way to the right, you know, obviously, but for the most part, that's kind of, you know, where this runs bread and butter's at. It would be like right there. I know obviously so I'm supposed to tuck the ball right there, but I'm kind of, the run plays I have to visually kind of explain a little bit more. If you watch my gameplay, you'll have an extremely good idea. It'll watch one of my gameplays, and a lot of this will make a lot more sense now. Or tap in with the stream and get some live advice. That'll probably be even better. So it is up to you. All right, so this right here is our very final formation. It is pistol U off. It's basically kind of like an ace-off set, but just in pistol. That's what it is. So there's actually a couple plays we're going to run out of this. The plays that we're going to be running are, the first play is right here, right in the middle, halfback stretch, very good play. The next play is going to be the play all the way to the right, Z spot. I know you're probably, we already run Z spot at ace offset. I'll explain why we run this one. There's a very good reason. And the very last play is going to be the play all the way to the left, read option. Put those three plays in your audible, and we'll hit the field. These spots actually already in the audibles for this formation, so you're just gonna have to have the read option and the stretch play. So it's very easy to do. Let's get right into it. Let's talk about the run. So the stretch play, it's a very good play. You've seen me run it, big play. This is another run where I know. So let's say we're running the stretch to the right. That doesn't mean we're running it to the right. Like, you can, like, this stretch play, it's very easy to cut it back. Like, if I wanted to cut this thing all the way back to the left, it's very easy. If I want to hit it right up the middle, you're handing it off to the right, and then you're just kind of looking to see where the opening is. Now, when it comes to setting up the blocking for this, really, all you're going to want to do is, if they have a no outsiders, whatever, like, so if we're running this to the right and there's a no outsiders on the right on their D end, we're going to double team him. If not, we're not going to double team him, and really we're just going to shift the line to whatever side we're running the ball to. That's pretty much it with that. There's not really too much to it. For the next play, the read option, there's actually a couple different things we can do in this. Now, the first thing you're going to always want to do is you're going to want to double team the inside stuff. Now, so for this one, you're going to want to double team the inside. If they have an inside stuff that's right over top of the center, you're going to want to double team him. If not, you're going to want to double. So in this situation, this is going like to the left side. And we will double team whatever inside stuff is more to the left side, okay? Don't normally shift the line in any way on this run play. But now this is another play that's very big play potential from the QB keeping the ball to the running back running with the ball. Now, a lot of times what you can actually do with this is, and I forgot to tell you guys something you can do out of the stretch with it. It's my fault. We'll go back to it. But let's say, for example, they have a slot corner that's, you know, like in dollar, or, you know, a nickel normal or something like that, you can actually motion the tight end. So we would motion the tight end. If we're running this to the left, we would motion the tight end out to the left, and we would essentially kind of take that slot corner out to play and only have to worry about reading the D end or, you know, things like that. And now this can also actually apply to this stretch play. So let's say we want to run the stretch play to the right. I'll do this actually quite a bit myself. I'll motion that tight end out to the right and almost have him as a lead blocker to kind of just kind of take him out to play. Now, another thing with this stretch play as well is if they're running the A-gap blitz on you, this is a very, very good run play for the A-gap blitz. Now, you're always going to run it to the left side against the A-gap because that's where the A-gap's coming from. And really all you want to do is shift the line to the left. That is it. You don't want to motion nobody. You don't want to double team nobody or anything like that. That's if they're running the A-gap out of dollar. And with that read option play, how I talked about motioning this guy out here to take away the slot and kind of make it easy to read who, you know, the read key is on this play. You can also do this with the read option in a soft set as well. So it's kind of that same principle with motioning a guy around and stuff like that. So this is the very last play we're going to talk about. It's the Z spot at a pistol. And you're probably going to see the same exact play. The only difference from this play, this Z spot play and the one A soft set is, you could probably notice, see how much farther the corner route runs downfield. And that's really all this play is here for. Like, you'll streak the receiver on the right, and you're only running this play if you want to have this corner route get really downfield and run deep. It's really good in situations if you want to. They got a cloud flat and you know that this corner route can get past that cloud flat, and you know, just if you got to get downfield fast, you need a lot of yards, you need a deep corner route. This is a really good reliable play to run on. A lot of times all this tight end, the backside tight end, I'll just streak him. You can really just I usually keep this guy on the in route, but if you want to put him on the backside drag, it's up to you. And then the running back, it's up to you what you want to do with him. You can put him on a flat route. I usually don't put him on an out route out of pistol because they run it really bad. So I usually put him on a flat route, or I'll motion him out wide, put him on a zig route. If I want to have him go over the middle, run a drag, an inside route, put him on a hitch. It's up to you what you want to do right there. But the focal point is you're trying to have this corner route get a lot deeper downfield than the average corner route. And you're probably thinking, well, why not just run that every time? Because this route does take time to develop, and you're not going to have this every single play. The very last thing that we're going to go over is the red zone offense. I actually almost forgot. Well, actually, I did forget because I was editing this and I realized we didn't go over this. So red zone offense is the last thing. Just gonna basically go over some plays that I like to run down here in the red zone. First play being the straight up read option at ace offset. I like that play a lot. I already told you guys how to set that up. That's a really good play. I like that a lot. Also, if we audible to a slot offset, I like the RPO slot bubble out of this. We're going to just briefly kind of go over a bunch of run plays, RPOs I like out of this, and I'll show you guys a couple route combos. This play right here, really good play. It's another RPO I like out of this as well is the RPO stretch out of, I think this is the wing flex, or is this wing slot? This is out of the wing slot weak side. I like this one a whole lot too. I'd probably say this is the last RPO slash run play I like down here. Is pretty much all the RPOs. I like all the RPOs down here, and the only actual run play I like is probably the normal read option at ace offset. So I would say these are probably your go-to run plays. Because technically the jet touch pass is not a run play, it is a pass play, but I also do like the jet sweep down here as well. And by the way, this play is very good against the dollar A-gap blitz. So now I'm gonna show you guys a couple route combos you can put together down here. Route combo wise, if you're seeing man down here, I'm not gonna lie, throw a hitch. Just throw your hitch and just take your touchdown. If you're seeing man coverage now, if they're having the safety help on that left side, so say he has that safety drop down on the hitch on the left, streak your tight end, high ball free form it, and go ahead and get that because he should be open on that. So yeah, you guys, a really nasty route combo I like to do against like the cover 3 and cover 4 down here. So what we're gonna do is we're going to put our receiver, so the receiver that is not on the corner outside, which would be the left side, we're gonna put this guy on an out route. Okay, you're going to want a smart route to do that whole thing. You understand that? All right. The running back, we're going to motion to that side. We actually got to take B off his route. So we're going to motion the running back to the left here like this, right? And we're going to put him on a wheel route. Looks something like this. Now, the tight end on this side, it's up to you. You can put him on a smart routed in route. If you have high route master, then you can just put him on a crosser. It's up to you. Put one of those out there like that. This tight end right here, it's kind of up to you what you want to do. If you want to leave him on a corner route, you can. If you want to put him on a little clear out streak like this, you can. It's up to you. But the main focus is really this left side, and kind of how this is working is so the receiver to the far left is going to be on an out route. Now, if that corner is kind of on, if he's on the deep blue, the out route is going to cook him. Okay, now the slot corner is going to have to make a business decision. Is he going to go help out that outside corner on the corner route, or is he going to sit down and play this wheel route? Now the inside backer is going to have a decision too. If let's say the slot corner goes to the outside to go help on the out route, does the guy extra in the box, does he sit there and play the crosser in the middle, or does he play the wheel route? A lot of decisions got to be made right here. You know what I mean? So that's why the tight end on the other right side is kind of up to what you want to do with him. But for the most part down here in this red zone, once you get into this like 5-yard line, you're really trying to run the ball down here. You're really not trying to have to pass the ball. So if you guys got any other questions down for the red zone, you guys can let me know down in the comments. That's pretty much my offense though, boys. Now there's probably some stuff that I might have left off because I'll be honest, it's pretty hard to cover every single thing that I do because a lot of stuff is freestyle and I'll come up with things on the fly, and you know, you never know what I might call. So there's probably some stuff we left off, but I would say we probably covered everything for the most part. If you guys have any questions about coverages, how to attack certain things, and just anything in general, you guys can comment them down below. Or you could ask me live over on Twitch. The link that's down in the description while I'm streaming some Madden and stuff. So I hope this helped any of you guys that are, you know, have been interested in my offense and stuff like this. Like I said, I've been running this since Madden 21. Now it's evolved so much more than Madden. Like from how we ran it to Madden 21 to how we run it now is completely different. Even from last year, it's different. I would say we got new pass dots, you know, different things. And just, you know, it gets different every year. It's only going to get better every single year. So I know we dropped this video a lot later than we typically do. I wanted to get this video all the way back out in October, but you know, it takes a while to make, and you know, I had a lot of stuff popping up this year, so I just, you know, didn't really have the chance to. This took a while. Another really big problem is I'm very bad at articulating my words, and like, you know, like I know exactly what I'm doing and how to attack everything and what I'm putting out there. I'm just not very good at explaining that, if that makes any sense. Like I'm very bad at it. For anyone out there, man, that was interested in you know, running my offense or seeing how I run my offense, here it is, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, man, drop a like. And like I said, if you got any questions, you guys can comment down below. Until the next time, man, I'll see y'all in the next one.